But just to recap for the benefit of viewers joining us on this special broadcast, Prime Minister Modi has arrived in Croatia on the last and final leg of his three-nation tour that's taken him already to Cyprus and Canada. And joining me from Croatia is my colleague Jessica Taneja. Jessica, how's the visit coming along and what's on the Prime Minister's itinerary? Now, the optics and likely outcomes from the first such Indian visit to Croatia in more than 3 decades.
That's right, Ramesh. We just saw the Prime Minister being accompanied by the Croatian Prime Minister Andrej Plenković a short while ago. He just left after escorting Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He was welcomed by the Indian diaspora here. People were excited to meet him. It's his first visit to Croatia. In fact, the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister since Croatia gained independence in 1991. In terms of optics, Croatia has been an important country, and the grand welcome here seems to indicate that India would be an important partner for Croatia, not only in just traditional sectors like trade, science and tech, but also looking at the kind of defense cooperation. Since, Croatia boasts of a really expansive defense industry, there could be potential collaborations in the future, but we'll wait for those official announcements at the end of the day, where we will hear from the ASXP about the visit and the outcomes. What we're given to understand is that 4 MOUs will be signed and bilateral talks will be held not only with Prime Minister Andrej Plenković, but also with the President of Croatia, Zoran Milanović. There have been interesting turn of events since the Prime Minister arrived here. You see the warm welcome, as I said. He'll also be having dinner later in the evening, which will be hosted by President of Croatia. And after that, of course, he will leave for New Delhi. But when you talk about the important outcomes and the expectations throughout the day, we're given to understand since Croatia is both an EU and a NATO member, it is a significantly vital partner in that sense, and also speaks volumes about India's outreach, not just to Western traditional European big economies, but also to countries like Croatia as well as Cyprus. The previous visit was India is expanding its footprint within the EU and also garnering support and friendship with other EU nations as well. So this is perhaps one of the significant visits of the Prime Minister, as is being observed. A short while ago, I did get a chance to meet with the Prime Minister of Croatia, Andrej Plenković, and he did say that the meeting with Prime Minister Modi would focus on a lot of things, talking about trade, or the trade between the two countries currently is modest at around $300 million. But that is the area of focus, not just science and tech, as I said, but also in the field of agriculture. There are a lot of research and innovation exchanges as well, not to forget the cultural ties between the two nations. The University of Zagreb, in fact, has a department of Indology teaching the students who are interested in understanding India, India's culture, its literature, its religious manuscripts, as well as its overall appeal to the world, certainly isn't lost on Croatia. And people seem very excited, not just the Indians present here, but also the Croatians.
Jessica, you spent the last few days in Zagreb. Tell us more about Croatia, the country, its history, its government, people and foreign relations, and most importantly, why Croatia matters.
Well, Ramesh, the reason Croatia matters is it's an important country in a sense, for even because of its, it boasts great, has ports as well. It's a lot of ports around here, and the potential for future IMEC could also be seen, but those confirmations haven't come in. The focus also would be put on how Croatia, it builds that momentum for the India-EU FTA. You're aware that India and the European Union are to finalize a potential free trade agreement before this year ends, and partners like Croatia would be important. And given the kind of regional connectivity that Croatia offers towards the rest of the Europe is certainly very, very interesting. It's surrounded by the Adriatic Sea, perhaps gives it a crucial point where trade can be facilitated quite a good shipping industry as well. So we're looking at multiple collaborations here. And as far as Croatia is concerned, its economy is stable. It has been growing. at 2.9%. The GDP growth has been 2.9%, and often outpaces the average, the average EU states as well. So certainly a country which is both politically and economically quite stable and strong would be a crucial partner for India going ahead, not just in trade, but also establishing linkages with European Union apart from the traditional partners in EU that India has had.
And finally, before we let you go, Jessica, talk to us a bit, if you will, about the Indian diaspora. Also, India's soft power on full display in Croatia. We saw you earlier speak to locals who are studying Indian languages, including Hindi and Sanskrit. We saw Kathak dancers who will be performing for Prime Minister Modi during his visit. And also, I'm given to understand that Croatia is a favorite destination for Bollywood films as well.
Well, it is. The culture is quite popular, not just films, but also food. You'd find many restaurants here. And while I was at one of the restaurants, I could see not just Indians, but also Croatians enjoying the food. No matter the spice from it, but it's still quite light here in Croatia. There's a lot of excitement as well. And as I pointed out, there are students who are interested in Sanskrit, and a lot of words are similar in Croatia as well. For example, chai in Hindi would also be chai in Croatian. A lot of similarities there as well. But to talk about, the popularity of Indian culture, it is immense. University of Zagreb, as I said, has a course and the Department of Indology, which has been there since 60 years. So it's not just recent interest, it's not just recent cultural linkages. They date back to many, many years ago. There were also churches in Goa that were established by Croatians. So they have traveled to India. There have been missions in the past as well. So apart from the political and economic engagement, there have been quite a lot of cultural exchanges. And for the Prime Minister to tap into those, important aspects of Croatia-India culture certainly would go a long way in establishing links, as I said, beyond the traditional big Western European economies.
All right, we'll leave it there for now, but we'll keep coming back to you for more as we go along. Jessica, thank you. Jessica Taneja reporting there from Zagreb in Croatia.